What's up, mi gente? Are you looking for mentorship and the place to secure the big bag? Have you ever watched me here on the Banking on Cultura podcast and thought to yourself, you know what? I want to work with Victoria Jen. Or maybe you thought to yourself, I want to be a part of her network of badass women and entrepreneurs. Well, guess what? You absolutely can. Join me this November 15th through the 16th in the heart of New York City for my 7th annual Secure the Big Bag and Wellness Summit. Let's face it, so many of us are tired, burnt out, ready to throw in the towel, honey, and quite frankly, we want to dedicate ourselves to the soft life. But what if there was a way for us to achieve both time and financial freedom and also have a healthy, well-balanced life? What if you could secure the big bag, build a business that fuels you versus drains you, as well as build a solid network of business besties who want to support and motivate you while also centering self? This summit is the premier destination for the latest marketing, sales, and AI tools that can 10x your business while also nurturing your well-being. Learn from top experts from both business and wellness, including executives from the corporate sector, so that you can explore corporate-level opportunities that can elevate your business to new heights. Ensuring you're not just prepared, but fully equipped to dominate in 2025 and beyond. This is your opportunity for your business to thrive while you do too. Head over to securethebigbag.com to check out the agenda and all the heavy hitters that will be in the building. I cannot wait to see you in New York City, mi gente. It's go time.
Be vocal about it. You know, there's people that be like, oh my God, it was so great talking to you. You have such great aura. And then you go back home and it's like, you see, Gabby, you were bugging out.
Even when you're in the black hole, like you almost have to like force yourself to push yourself to get out of whatever funk you're in.
For Future's video, I've been in rooms with like Gunna and making alterations for pants. Like I've worked with ChaChi, I've worked with Bernice Burgos, Tokischa. Did all of the looks for Raul Alejandros tour. Dominican culture, we are basically forced to wear fajas when we're little. And I didn't grow up like that.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Banking on Cultura, where we talk about the vibrancy and complexity of Latino culture, entrepreneurship, and of course, all the bochinche in between. And today's guest, I'm super pumped to have her here because I actually got to meet her in her glory. First of all, she was looking absolutely stunning. So from one girl's girl to another, immediately I was like, who is that girl? And I saw her speak on a panel and her story just moved me. And I thought it was so dope that she was one of few Latinas in high-end fashion. And so I wanted her to join us here to tell us about her story, but most importantly, to tell us why we need to look the part when we go outside, especially in business, and what we can do to make ourselves feel good, look good, so that we perform well and we secure the big bag, because that's what we do. So welcome to the show, Gabriela Lunna.
Thank you, Victoria. Thank you for having me.
So give a quick bio to the people so they know who you are.
Well, my name is Gabriela Lunna. I am 32 years old, and I was born in Washington Heights. I went to fashion school and also grew up in an environment around fashion. My mother is a seamstress. We started our business together in 2012. So I was just 19 years old when I started my business. It's been almost 13 years now in November.
Wow.
And still going. I'm super grateful, proud throughout it all, throughout the pandemic, everything, we're able to keep our business afloat. I am this just Latina girl, trying to knock one door after the next. I have a custom wear line. I also have an e-commerce business. But most importantly, I focus on that, luxury one-of-one clientele service for any special event, whether it is for your wedding night, for prom, maternity, baby shower, anything special, any milestone, generational milestone that you want to look to part. So I am your girl. I'm this designer, and I am located right here in the Garment District.
I love that. In New York City.
Yes.
Y Dominicana.
Yes, I am Dominican. Forgot the most important part.
Hello.
Like what? they're gonna disown me.
So we like to start the show with some bochinches. So tell us something we can't Google about you. or see on the gram?
I don't know. I've always been very private about my dating life. I'm dating now. Fine. Like, hi. But, yeah, I don't know. The thing with that is, like, I'm very transparent on my social media platform. I like to keep my intimate, like my personal business to myself, not because I'm a private person within my circle, but because I don't think it's necessary to just put on a show for social media platforms. You get it? So people only see the happy moments, the party, because that's my staple on my forehead. I'm the party girl, the life of the party. But I go through my ups and downs. And at the beginning of 2023, I was in a very dark space. So es un bochinchito ahí.
Okay.
A little one. But it wasn't something that I exposed out. Like I said, you're not going to find anything crazy about me on social media. It'll always stay within my friends, my family. I will tell you everything. You're my friend. I call you 24/7. When I'm down, I'm not the type to hide. I am the one to speak, constantly need to talk to my friends and pick up the phone and call you. But that's just for like I said, for my immediate circle.
So, first of all, I just want to say, when you dressed up as Samantha Jones for your birthday, I almost died.
That was such a great birthday.
That was such a beautiful theme, like Sex and the City theme, and like all your girlfriends dressed as like one of the characters.
Yeah, so
right?
It was like a Sex and the City theme. Everyone just dressed to impress. Go off, go all out. I love that.
Everyone did. It was so
And it was
gorgeous.
I was so like afraid that anyone was going to repeat a look because, you know, you always go for the staple looks.
Right.
All of the Carrie Bradshaw looks and like a lot of the Samantha Jones. That's why I had to be very specific in the invite, no red. Because I know that red look is a staple. It's an iconic look of Samantha. And I was going to recreate that. So off the back, people kind of knew what I was going to look like, what my look was going to look like. But I switched it and I did the hat.
Yes.
I added a little, you know, element to it. I also got inspired by a Mugler vintage blazer dress that they have. So I kind of, the neckline was a little Mugler-ish.
And you made that.
Right. Amazing. So I just knew that they were going to have an idea, but it was still like, you know, a beautiful dress up surprise. Not one girl looked like the other.
Nope.
And that was amazing. Some girls like had their own twist. It wasn't a specific look from the show, but something along the line, like very Sex and the City-ish is what I wanted. And they did so good.
It was super cute. It was such a cute theme, and you was dressed to kill, darling.
Thank you, love.
Is Samantha
so
who you identify with the most from the show?
I think so. I mean, everyone thought Carrie Bradshaw because she's the fashionista, but I just love the way Samantha is, very carefree. And that's what Samantha was like. It's very much like self-love and very fresca y siempre down for everything. Confident. And she was just a down. I'm a girl's girl. I love my friends and I've been blessed to have a great circle of friends. But I also can admit and, you know, take some accountability in the fact that sometimes I close off in certain moments where I can't relate. And you see how in the show Samantha was very much like, she was like when what's her name had a kid, the other one, the one with the red hair, Miranda had a kid, and it was just like, I love you, you're my friend, I'm here for you. But that's just, it was just so much. And I had to rewatch the show again to remember. And it was just like, okay, I'm ready, game on. Attitude person. I loved it. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was a great theme. The social media was popping. You guys did such a great job. The cake was fabulous.
Cake by Jen Cakes.
It was like
she
iconic.
Was amazing. I sent her 2 photos. She said, I got you, girl. Like, she gifted me the cake because I've been a client for so long. And anyone you ask me, hey, do you know any pastry? Right here. So it was just overall, like, everything was very nicely put together.
Yeah.
I was so happy.
It was the bomb.
But I'm always happy. Like, the girls love to celebrate each other's birthday, so.
Yes.
And I always want you to look the best when you're going to party with me. Like, everyone, I mean, I'm not going to subject y'all to wear black. No, go off. Everybody go off.
Yeah. Do your friends always, like, hit you up when they have a big occasion?
For the very special occasions, yes. For the most part, yes. I'm always making something for a friend, whether it's her birthday or they have a wedding to go to. It's always for that special event. You know, when I started my business, I was sewing for my cousins. So those were my first models, my first clients. And I also worked with a few of the nightlife women that worked. And, you know, Instagram was... In 2012, 2013, 14, Instagram is not what it is today.
Right.
Remember, Instagram was just pictures, and then videos were introduced. So I had all these girls that had a nice following, that were very well known in the Uptown area. They were those who were supporting. And it's always been like that for the very special occasion, because that's what custom is. It's a luxury. It is for a moment where you want to feel one of a kind. Yeah.
I love that. So 19, you started the business with your mom.
With my mother.
Was there a vision then? Or was it just like, we need to make some money, like let's get
a little bit of both.
Okay.
Because I had just gotten fired.
Okay.
From my job. And I was just a 19-year-old girl. I would be at home and I would just online search and get inspired. And they were like websites like Nasty Gal back then that I would just like love everything that was on there, whatever she designed. And I just couldn't afford it.
Is Nasty Gal still around?
I don't know. I think she sold it or it's something else now. But that was the it.
I remember. I used to buy a lot of stuff from
there was no Fashion Nova. There was no, J-Lux label was not J-Lux label. It was another name. So I was just like, I want to go out. I want to look different. My mom sews. I've grew up with that luxury my entire life. Growing up as a kid, every party, anywhere we went, I always had something made by her. And I was like, Mom, like, make me this dress. And she'll make me a nice, cute little dress to go to the club. And I go to the club and I get stopped and get asked, where did you get that? And I'm like, my mom made it for me. And that's how it started. One day I went home and it clicked and I was like, Mom, she was retired. So all she kept doing at home was sewing up cortinas, pillowcases for our, so she was just like, younger then and with all this energy. And I was like, Mom, let's just start a business.
What's up, mi gente? Are you looking for mentorship and the place to secure the big bag? Have you ever watched me here on the Banking on Cultura podcast and thought to yourself, you know what? I want to work with Victoria Jen. Or maybe you thought to yourself, I want to be a part of her network of badass women and entrepreneurs. Well, guess what? You absolutely can. Join me this November 15th through the 16th in the heart of New York City for my 7th annual Secure the Big Bag and Wellness Summit. Let's face it, so many of us are tired, burnt out, ready to throw in the towel, honey, and quite frankly, we want to dedicate ourselves to the soft life. But what if there was a way for us to achieve both time and financial freedom and also have a healthy, well-balanced life? What if you could secure the big bag, build a business that fuels you versus drains you, as well as build a solid network of business besties who want to support and motivate you while also centering self? This summit is the premier destination for the latest marketing, sales, and AI tools that can 10x your business while also nurturing your well-being. Learn from top experts from both business and wellness, including executives from the corporate sector, so that you can explore corporate-level opportunities that can elevate your business to new heights. Ensuring you're not just prepared, but fully equipped to dominate in 2025 and beyond. This is your opportunity for your business to thrive while you do too. Head over to securethebigbag.com to check out the agenda and all the heavy hitters that will be in the building. I cannot wait to see you in New York City, mi gente. It's go time.
How about we start sewing? I'll go out, I'll network. I wear something. I know they're going to ask. They keep asking, get their phone number, bring them in. What do I do? And then that's when she stepped in and she's like, well, we got to measurements and console. And because I didn't know that. I went to fashion school, but after high school and I did 2 years of business, I went straight to a regular job. I wasn't sure if that's what I wanted to pursue, Although I grew up in it my entire life. I was the kid that would be with mom at work, touching fabrics, just playing around with everything, in the fashion business. But I wasn't sure then if that's what I wanted to do with as moving as a career, or like, or as we think first, like anything monetary, like that's gonna make you some money.
When did it click for you?
After going out, I was out and I was just getting all this attention, because I would go home and I would put things together, different styles, and then we'll make the dress, we'll make the pants, we'll make a 2-piece, and I would go out and just show it out and wear it. And I was basically myself. I am my marketing tool. Like, I was marketing my ideas, our designs, our craftsmanship, and that's how it started. It clicked, and then it went from that and skyrocketed like that. After that, the vegan skirts, well, I named them vegan. A friend of mine, she was like, why don't you name them the vegan leather skirt? Remember these leather skirts to the knee? Because Kim, we used to wear those midi skirt.
Like the pencil skirts?
Pencil skirts. And I found this amazing leather, vinyl leather. It's vegan. It's not real leather, here in the Garment District. And I just blew up with those skirts. I was making about 7 to 8 skirts a day.
Wow.
And like I said, one thing led to the next. Word of mouth.
Wow. So the business was built off of referrals.
All referrals and word of mouth. Because again, Instagram wasn't what it is today. Yes, forever. I have to cut Instagram a check, because that is my number one marketing tool for our business. My Instagram was the one place where I can showcase my work. And that's where I would, spread out to other areas, because word of mouth can stay within your area right there.
Is that still like your main platform?
Yeah, that and, TikTok has helped a lot.
Have you thought about Pinterest?
Pinterest, we have Pinterest too.
Okay.
And we do get when we actually posted our fairy costumes for Halloween, our picture went viral. Like, it just, and yeah, those are, but I have to give it to IG. That's where it started. And it's still to this day is the main, and it's the strongest foundation for the business, because that's where it all started.
I mentioned Pinterest because Pinterest has millions of users that visit a day, and it's mainly women. So if like that's your target market,
for ideas,
and for ideas, for inspiration, but they're shopping off of Pinterest.
Yeah.
Like, it is a great platform, and the algorithm isn't harsh like you find on like a TikTok or an Instagram.
Right, because you can get, lost within other and, accounts that are engaging or are engaging more, even though you are posting every day and you are meeting the, the requirements to become, but
it's ridiculous.
I know, because the other day I found out that I was shadow banned, and I'm like, what the hell is shadow ban? But I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, check out Pinterest if you guys are not on Pinterest.
And I have a website now, so.
Oh, okay. Tell them the website.
Also, website, you can consult with us via website.
Okay, nice.
And, my goal is to grow my e-commerce so that it can also be a place where you can shop, even if you don't live within the U.S. or even in the States, even in New York City.
Or if you can't afford something custom, because I'm pretty sure like it is a luxury.
Perfect. You hit it on the nail.
What's the pricing model? Like, what's usually like your minimum, and what's the most you've ever sold something?
Minimum cost for a dress is like about $650.
Okay.
And it can go up to like $5,000.
Wow. Okay. What's the longest you've ever spent on like creating design?
Well, usually wedding gowns would be the longest process. So the wedding gowns, we require for the client to get in contact with us 6 to 8 months prior to the date. I don't need more than that. You can come in for a consult a year before. I have brides that they email us a year before to set the dates, for the meet and greet, for the consult and all that. So that's fine, but we begin our process within the fabric shopping, making a pattern, cutting, sewing, the craftsmanship, all, when we begin the actual dress, 6 to 8 months.
Wow.
And you get 3 fittings. So it's the first fitting would just be to try on the silhouette of the dress. The dress is not complete. It does not have the final details. And then the second fitting is when we start adding all details. First alterations are made on the dress. The dress is now starting to look and feel like, oh my God, it fits me. And then on the third fitting, we have included all details. It's almost ready as if you can take it with you that day.
Amazing.
And if any minor details are left or we have to tweak and make other alterations, and that's when you'll come in for your final pickup. those are all fittings spread out within months. So like every 1 or 2 months you come back for your
right.
And this is why we need 6 to 8 months to
makes
get
sense.
the process done.
So your designs have also attracted the likes of like celebrities. I know you've worked with some folks. So you want to flex a little bit of some folks you've worked with?
Yes. It's for me though, I do a lot of like the influencers. Okay. So I've worked with for example, I did do these ballerina looks for Future's video. Oh, okay. It was about like 4 years ago, and I've been in rooms with like Gunna and making alterations for pants, like things like that. I've worked with, our local or like, celebrities that are known within the country. I've worked with ChaChi. I've worked with Bernice Burgos. I'm sure I'm missing some of Tokischa. I recently made Tokischa's look, which is our infamous croc style corsets. I made her this 1-of-1 2-piece for her video. Nice. I did also, I forget, I'm sorry. I did all of the looks for Raul Alejandros tour. Wow. And that was exciting to see that on stage. I was like, oh my God. It's never, you never get used to it. Yeah. Or maybe it's because I'm always walking around with like, I should do better. I will do better. This is not it. Yeah. So I always have this like, oh my God, I can't believe that's there, and then that's...
And that you made that.
Right. So, and amongst other people that, like I said, that have helped my business, and big influencers that has helped people with a following, that are just engaging with your business and are helping you in other ways, and also my regular day-to-day clients who are the ones who help me pay my rent. And those are the ones that I don't prioritize you just because you have a following or because you are, there's a certain service, or not service, everyone's treated equally, but there is just, a different demeanor and attitude that you hold within a consultation depending who you're seeing that day. But everyone, I'm grateful for everyone because when there's no celeb, when there's not a top influencer, there are the regular people like you and I that are going through different milestones, different events, and I appreciate that I'm the one brand that they think of. Or I have to come to you because I know you're going to snatch me or that you're going to give me.
Because, honey, those corsets, they are snatching these girls out here. Like...
I know. Good.
They're gorgeous. That. They're gorgeous. You had a corset on the day that I met you.
Yes.
And you look so
that's
gorgeous.
My moss corset. It's online. It's on our website. You can shop.
What is the website?
GabrielaLunna.com.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Love it. Okay. Amazing. All right. So 13 years in the business. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of lessons learned there. But where did it start? Did it start in your house?
It started at our apartment.
Okay.
We just took one of our bedrooms and just, hooked it up and got our sewing machines. We always had sewing machines in our homes, but we just, went and just reinvested and just started working from home.
And at what point did you say, okay, we need to actually like have a bigger location?
When it started to get overwhelming, it got overwhelmed with all the clients and all the people just going home. I would come home or be at home all day and it didn't feel like a home anymore. But I also partnered up with Ali, who is my, I consider him one of my greatest friends, let alone a mentor in the business. He met me when I was 18 years old. I was walking around the garment district just shopping, looking for a specific fabric, and we clicked. We became good friends, and then when he got a new location, is a 3-floor store, he then sat with me and was like, I was wondering if you want to use the space upstairs. And just, it's a different, it'll introduce you to a different demographic. It'll introduce you to a different clientele, just a different air, like for the business, just a different area. You are right in the garment district. And I thought it was a great idea. And that was 5 years ago.
Wow. Okay.
And the store's been open for like about 7 years. And for the first 2 years, I was back and forth.
Okay.
And then 5 years ago, I've been established right next door, 257 39th Street. And that's where my showroom is located. I'm within a fabric store and it's great. You come in, it's a one-stop shop. You look at fabrics. We are in the garment district. We can I know my consultations are structured where you have our 15 to 20 minutes to discuss design. Then we step out and look at fabrics. And it all worked out. It's the best thing I ever did and it just helps you want to do better for the business rather than staying home.
I love that. And for those who don't know, the garment district in New York City is like, where does it start?
It starts on 30, we'd say like 32nd.
Okay.
All the way to like 41st between 6th and 8th Avenue.
Okay.
So that's the block radius.
Yeah. It's always interesting walking around.
Like right after like
district.
29th, that there's like 28th is like the flower district.
Right.
And then, so that would be from like 31st, 32nd, all the way to 41st Street.
I love it. So were you scared going into your own space and expanding in that way?
Yes, you are, because you just, it's a comfort. You know, you're comfortable where you at, and then you get the, oh my God, you're so far. Oh my God, I can't find parking. Right. Oh my God, I can't park. So it's like you feel like now it's like an inconvenience. But no. It's just, you know, you want a bigger, a better look, a better status for your business. You want to feel like you're growing, you're meeting growth spurts, you know, throughout like your business. So yes, it's scary. And I also share the space for the first 2 years with other designers. Okay. So yes, it was scary, but at the same time, we were like with each other. It's like you weren't alone in a room or like in a classroom. So you're like learning with others. But it just started to get a little bit more like, when I had to like now, like, okay, I got to pay everything myself now. So I took the space for myself. I renovated. I turned it into like the showroom that I wanted my brand to be placed at and to represent. So it could be scary.
How do you fight through the fear?
You just have to, to me, it's just like, I can't let it get to me. I just look at others who are in a better position with their business and have gone further than I. And so it's like, okay, if they did it, I can too, you know, like I can do that. Or I want to be able to say, well, I'm better than I was a year ago, 6 months ago, you know, like you want to always feel like you're doing something better. So the fact that I'm constantly like, okay, well, no, because I was at home, working from home. I felt like my business and my brand was stagnant because I'm at home. People are not taking you serious because I'm working from an apartment, which there's no shame to that. Like I said, you start where you need to start. But these are the thoughts that are helping me not be scared and to move forward. Is telling myself the things that, well, you were doing that's great, but what about what's the next thing, you know?
I always say that the best way to fight through fear is to create shit and get shit done. And just do it. Make progress.
The worst that can happen, they're not going to like it, and you're going to get 2 sales, and then you do the next. The next idea.
Right, exactly.
The next idea.
Like, fail fast, no emotion, move on to the next thing.
It could be discouraging. You'll be down, but it's just work on whatever it is. I always have this fear when I'm putting together an event that no one's going to show up. And they're like, how? But you have so many followers. It doesn't matter. Some people like to support you from afar. They like to support you from their screens, you know? And it's like, I'm like, oh my God. But you just have to do it.
I love it.
Yeah.
So during our Bonchinche hour, you shared in 2023 you were in a dark space. So entrepreneurs, I feel, are always on an emotional roller coaster because the emotions of dealing with the business and then your personal life or whatever is going on outside of the business. So how did you manage that time in your life? And what are some kind of lessons learned that you can offer for those who might find themselves kind of like in a dark space or just feel like they're in this hole and they're trying to crawl out and they just can't, but then they still have this business that they need to show up for?
I feel like you just have to, again, I've been blessed to have a group of people that support and that and that are available to listen. You know, sometimes we have friends, but they're like, they can give you it's too much put on me, you know, like we all have our own lives. And although that is a healthy way of living and of thinking that you need to take care of yourself, it's a good thing to be there for others. And for me, when that happened, I was not okay. I was like, I had a little weight on me too. I was constantly like lashing out on loved ones, and like I was just like not a happy person. I constantly felt, and I'm not, I don't like to use that word depressed because I don't know what that feels like. I can be genuinely honest that I've never felt that. So it wasn't that, but I was constantly sad. And I was going through like a little heartbreak of a situation that, like, so I think that was dragging along from 2022. It dragged into 2023. My friend had passed away, my best friend. And the business was okay. I've anything, I've had a slower year, 2024, but it was just mentally. And if you're not mentally okay and at peace, you cannot show up for all the other areas in your life. And so I was lashing out. I was having arguments with friends and family. So I would just bring this back to work. And I wouldn't function properly at work because I'm not okay. Where, back home, where to me, those are the people that matter. And I remember that for my birthday last year, I had an okay birthday because within that vacation, a lot of arguments happened. And I was like, I don't like that. I don't want to be like that. So you have to ask the people that you're hurting or that you are having these problems with, what can we talk about it? Mm-hmm. How can we fix this? And that's how you start. You want to take a little bit of accountability. Start with that, and it helps. It's okay for you to say sorry. I feel like that started, and then I just started working out. And just, to me, what helps me is I want to fix myself up. I want to, ponerme bonita, salir, have a good time. And that picks up my energy and my mood. Mm-hmm. It doesn't work for a lot of people. Some people rather be closed up, like they don't want to be around others because they feel like they're pouring that energy into others. But I promise you that talking to the people that you love and saying, I'm not going to stay on this couch today, or I'm not going to stay in bed today. I'm just going to go out and have a good time. What's the worst that can happen? Well, a hangover, but at least go out and have a good time. Right. And that helped me. Mm-hmm. Mid 2023, I met this person, and it's the guy that I'm dating.
El bebé.
La cosa más bella.
El chulo.
Right. And it's just...
Que nadie sabe.
Nadie. And I'm okay with that. You ain't going to see who I'm dating. And I just, it just helped. It just helps you when you're just out there. You got to get up. You have to take care of yourself, like start with that. Like start with your body, with yourself. Mm-hmm. And it'll just open up everything, all the air, all the energy is going to open up.
I love that. So what I'm hearing is, take accountability for what's going on.
Yes.
Like, why are you in the black hole? Mm-hmm. What's going on with you mentally? How are you treating your relationships? Yeah. Look at yourself in the mirror.
I know therapy helps. Mm-hmm. I didn't suggest that because I've never done therapy. So I'm not going to promote something that I've never done. But I have friends and family, and it does help.
Okay.
It does. Mm-hmm.
So accountability, possibly therapy if you're into that. And then also start pouring into yourself, taking care of yourself physically, which will transfer into other parts.
Boosts up. And like the next thing you know, you're just like taking things you're approaching things in a better light.
Right.
Yeah.
And then thirdly, which I really love, is go outside.
Yeah.
Go outside. Get off the couch.
You don't know what that person out there that you meet, anyone is going to do to you, or what you're going to do to that person. And they might tell you, be vocal about it. There's people that be like, oh my God, it was so great talking to you. You have such great aura. And then you go back home and it's like, you see, Gabby, you were bugging out. Everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And
I'm a fan of going outside. I actually feed off of people's energy. Like, I need to be outside. Like, during the pandemic, I was depressed because I needed to be outside and I couldn't go outside. I needed to be around people, and I needed to be around people. Yeah, I was out.
Too.
Even before that. I was out because I couldn't be inside. Like, I feed off of people.
Yeah,
like,
we were
I
the
need
irresponsible
to be outside.
ones.
Yes, we were. But technically we weren't.
No,
because,
no.
you know what I mean? No, it was something, but then it was nothing. But anyway, yeah, like I need to be outside. So I agree. Like you need to.
Yeah.
Life is meant to be lived, darling. Even when you're in the black hole, like you almost have to like force yourself to push yourself to get out of whatever funk you're in. Because
and
if not, you're just
said
gonna.
Than done, but just little steps,
right?
Just minor steps are gonna help.
So, okay, 13 years in business. Give us your top 3 lesson learned.
I feel like be open to collaborate and work with others. You're going to learn things that you don't know about your own business, or even things that you can implement in the business so that you can help your business grow in all areas, right? Marketing. It's important. That's one of my lessons that you need to learn your clientele. You need to know who is it that you want to provide a service to. So learning, the biggest lesson for me is knowing, okay, you just put something out there. That's not how it works. It's not going to, you're not going to sell that way. You have to be able to be intentional about the way that you go about anything that you put out there. You're within, whether for me in my line, my business, or any other business, you have to be intentional about it. And the third one, I would say, never stop studying. You need to study so that you can stay on beat and on track. Because even for my business, the fashion world, it's constant changes. You have to stay on trend. So you have to keep your strategies on point so that you can stay relevant within the business. So studying all the way so that it doesn't, you don't get caught off guard. If this is why it's been 13 years. Because I feel like every day I am trying to relate to the new upcoming clientele or the new generation, So that to me, it's what is part of the lesson, studying. Yeah.
I love that. I love those lessons.
Because it's like, growing up Latina, we don't get the tools to start a business, or, hey, it's not a handout. We might be the first generation to have a successful business, or like some first to graduate college. And we're just taught, like, get a job, work, and be a good employee. And those are the things that impedes growth in our culture. But I feel like you got to break that. You have to break that and it's literally breaking yourself so that you can grow. We got to break that disc that we are instilled with when we're little. And I feel like connecting with others, collabing, marketing, studying is what's going to help your business.
I love it. So let's go into the Talk That Talk segment, which is where we like to discuss something taboo in the cultura, or something that you might be particularly passionate about that's going on in the culture that you agree with or don't necessarily agree with. So let's discuss.
It's so many. Where do I start? Like, what's one for you? Like, I don't know. Like, with us, Latinos, I feel like we're always taught, like, you gotta, like I said, it's just, like, does that to be, like, work-related or just, like, in general?
Anything.
Ay, Dios mío, son tanta. I don't even know where to start. When you, like, have so many and it clogs your mind?
What is the one that irks you the most? Or that you wish you could change? Yeah, say that. What are you thinking about? Say that.
No, it's like, okay, when our parents tell us, okay, this is so funny, but our parents tell us, because I just recently came back from vacation and I had a talk with my mom, and when I was on the phone with her, she was like, ay, pero no coja mucho sol. Que tú no puedes coger sol, no puedes, like, I don't know if it's a Dominican thing too, but like, it was like, como que no coja mucho sol para que no te pongas prieta, como para que te quedes siempre, like, and I'm like, Mom, bye. There's this thing with our culture, with my culture, our Dominican culture, with the,
Do you mean like the beauty standard?
The beauty standard, like, no te pongan para que no te cultas. That's the word I was like, para que no te culta, no llegue cultía tampoco. And I'm like, oh my God, you're so annoying. That's one. Like I said, there's so many that right now I have like a blockage in my brain.
So do you find that Latinas in particular, there's a pressure that's put on them to have a particular like beauty standard that they need to meet?
There could be, yeah, there could be. Not necessarily like I didn't grow up in a home where I was forced to do things, or like I recently saw on a podcast online where like she said that in the Dominican culture we are basically forced to wear fajas when we're little. And I didn't grow up like that. So I'm only going to speak off my experiences and what I lived. I didn't grow up like that. I did know that my mom, you know, and I was a little chubby growing up. I was a chubby girl. I was allowed to eat anything I wanted, but I do know that there is a certain age with us girls that they just start telling us, you know, like, mami, like, you know, cuídate, like, cuida, like, you know, la boca y eso, cosas así. But it's not, again, everything that was told to me came from a place of love. So nothing was ever forced. But I do see that we do have a little bit of that pressure to stay on point, to watch our figure, to just, you know, watch our skin, no coja mucho sol, you know, or, you know, like maintain your hair fixed. And I am sorry, but I am grateful for that, and I appreciate it.
What's up, mi gente? Are you looking for mentorship and the place to secure the big bag? Have you ever watched me here on the Banking on Cultura podcast and thought to yourself, you know what? I want to work with Victoria Jen. Or maybe you thought to yourself, I want to be a part of her network of badass women and entrepreneurs. Well, guess what? You absolutely can. Join me this November 15th through the 16th in the heart of New York City for my 7th annual Secure the Big Bag and Wellness Summit. Let's face it, so many of us are tired, burnt out, ready to throw in the towel, honey, and quite frankly, we want to dedicate ourselves to the soft life. But what if there was a way for us to achieve both time and financial freedom and also have a healthy, well-balanced life? What if you could secure the big bag, build a business that fuels you versus drains you, as well as build a solid network of business besties who want to support and motivate you while also centering self? This summit is the premier destination for the latest marketing, sales, and AI tools that can 10x your business while also nurturing your well-being. Learn from top experts from both business and wellness, including executives from the corporate sector, so that you can explore corporate-level opportunities that can elevate your business to new heights. Ensuring you're not just prepared, but fully equipped to dominate in 2025 and beyond. This is your opportunity for your business to thrive while you do too. Head over to securethebigbag.com to check out the agenda and all the heavy hitters that will be in the building. I cannot wait to see you in New York City, mi gente. It's go time.
I felt I was not suppressed. I wasn't, it wasn't a mistreatment. It was more of a like, okay, this is what shaped me to want to look the way that I look. To always make sure I looked apart, you know. I don't know. I like it. And if I ever have a daughter, she's gonna be like that too. Like, hello.
So, do you find that creates unnecessary insecurity in young girls?
It can, just like everything else in the world, Victoria. Everything else can. You just have to teach your child to be strong and self-love. Self-love comes from home. Mm-hmm. So I always feel like it's not what you're saying is a delivery. Mm-hmm. It's how you say things. Mm-hmm. So if you want to make sure, if you have a daughter and she is, you know, there's certain kids that they put a little bit more weight on when they're little, and then they go through puberty and their whole body changes. Boys can be chubby all through their like 14 years old, and then after they hit 15, they're all long as a tree. I don't know how that happens. Que crecen muchísimo y se ponen super. It's just the way that you are speaking to your child. It's going to happen everywhere you go. The minute your child steps out of that home, if you did not teach them self-love or to be confident or to have tough skin, they're going to feel insecurity outside in the world. It's not the mom and father's fault. Es como lo dicen. We could be a little rough with what we say. Mm-hmm. Los hispanos, nuestra cultura, we're too así, como que no medimos la boca. Like I tell my mom, a veces, mírete. Por favor, like, I know you don't mean any, and she's learned so much. I'm the youngest of 5, and she had me when she was 38 years old.
Wow. She
was already a grown-ass woman, about to hit 40, had a whole style of raising kids. My 4 siblings, you know, born in the 70s, and then I was born here in America. Different. She was like becoming a mom all over again. So within that raising me, she also learned to do things differently. And it was a new way of teaching. And I've taught her, mami, eso no se dice. like, watch your mouth, you know, y ella, she's so grateful about that, you know.
I love that. Do you think that the pressure is put on Latinas with this beauty standard and to just, you know, keep ourselves together is for the appeasement of men?
Oh my God, that's such a controversial question. I can see that. Yeah. Para que tú encuentres un hombre y te case y tengas tus niños, because that's what we're taught. Yeah, we're taught that it takes for our generation to be like, no, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be that. Pero that is very big in our culture. Tú tienes que, madre, hijo, tú tienes que atender a tu esposo y tienes que verte bien y tienes que hacer lo que él you know, y todo eso. And I can see that. I can agree to that to a certain extent, yeah. Because the thing is with me, I have this thing that I like to, I'm biased, and I've been told before, you speak of the exception because you are the exception. And I like to, and sometimes when questions like that are asked, we're generalizing with the general statement. Like the majority says, but I always have to add the exception because I didn't grow up like that. So yes, I agree to that to a certain extent. I've seen it in other families close by, aunts, uncles, you know, cousins that have been raised that way, but I wasn't raised that like that. No, that wasn't something that was told to me. My mom still asks me when I'm going to have a baby, but it's no pressure. She's like, I already checked out, mommy. Ya te solté en banda. Ya, it's okay. Like, I know you're about your business. And she had to learn again to understand me, my generation, and the way that we are living life now. At 32 is not the same 32-year-old back then already had their kids set home with the white picket fences, you know, and all that. So it's different.
All right. Well, please tell the people where they can find you and stay in contact with you and shop with you and all the things.
So you can find me I'm kidding. At the nearest popping party. No, I'm located on 257 West 39. My showroom is in Fabric House. Our website is GabrielaLunna.com. My social media handles are Gabriela Lunna, 2N_. That's where we have most of our work, exposed and all the collaborations. Again, stay tuned. I'm dropping 2 new pieces on our website and a new corset. Woo! But I can't say the color yet because it's gonna be fire.
Oh, I love it.
It's definitely in the metallic line, and it's what I am going to launch is a metallic line for end of the summer, you know, something cute just to like have, you know, for whenever you need to go out with the girls.
I love
with
it.
Your man.
Una pregunta, when shopping for a corset, should you be purchasing a size bigger or a size smaller?
No. So on our website, we have a box where you can customize your sizes and you can add on your sizes if you have more bust. We only have 2 sizes because they are adjustable. Okay. We have an extra small, and an ML.
Okay.
And then so at that point, and the measurements are on the website for each corset, for the size of the corset.
Okay.
So at that point, if you feel like you might be in between or a little bit more than the ML, is when you insert your measurements, and we know to customize it to that measurement.
Oh, very
And
cool.
like I said, we have our emails, our DMs, my team. I have an amazing business marketing assistant who is always answering any questions that are asked via email, DM, phone calls. So if you have any questions, please ask, because that's the only way we're going to make sure that you get that perfect size corset. I've sold over 400 corsets.
Wow.
And this has been within like a year and a half, more than that. I'm just throwing out. And I have yet to receive a return.
I love it. Amazing.
Because questions are being, you know, sometimes they hey, love, I'm a 38 double D. You think I'm going to fit into the ML? And we're like, oh, we got you. And then that's when we customize it to fit her. And
cool.
There'll be no returns.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
I felt so comfortable.
Oh, good.
So it's like,
it's our sala here.
It's always that like the questions, but I felt very at ease. So that's thanks to you. So
thank you. Thank you for being so honest and transparent and sharing your lessons learned and wisdom. I'm taking notes.
Yeah, no.
Taking notes. I just made 7 years, so I'm thinking about 13, and I'm like, wow.
You don't stop learning. Yeah. And like you said, just yesterday before I came in, yesterday I had a hell of a day, and I was juggling between like my clientels. I had an appointment somewhere else. I had to pack because I'm traveling and all that. And it's just like you're like, oh my God, take a deep breath and but that being so spot on with my business and juggling between both keeps me busy. And that also got me out of that dark hole. It's just to stay busy. Stay busy with your business. Stay busy with something that you love. Mm-hmm. So you never stop learning. There are days that you are great for 3 months, and then you hit that 1 month, and you're like, should I just get a job?
Oh, girl. Speaking to the fire, yeah.
Should I just get a job? Because sometimes you make enough money
every 2 months,
to keep the business afloat. You make enough money, and people think oh my God, you're balling. Mm-hmm. No, but that's just what it comes with it, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, same here. Well, gracias, amor. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me.
Shout out to you guys for joining us on another episode. As always, if you enjoyed what you heard, make sure to leave us a review. Make sure to all the things. Oh, and we've got an email address, bankingcultura@gmail.com. So send us in your questions, your recommendations, things you may not want to say on a public platform. Send them to us. They are safe with us. And thank you so much, guys, for the support. And I will see you in the next episode.
Ciao.
Bye. Hey, guys, if you enjoyed this video, I'm pretty sure you're going to love the next one. So make sure to click right here and tap into the next episode.